free, isn't it?
It's good. You take the ticket and press the button, don't you?
No, no. Normally you just take the ticket, where the ticket should come out the bottom.
Oh, it's at the top, Steve. Go forward.
Got it?
No. Go on.
There we go. We're off.
Shrewsbury lads nowhere to be seen.
Oh, nice. There's a bed, few
Oh,
bed
there,
chairs.
there, yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
They're under the tree. Whee! There's Matty off to the bog.
Has he done a runner to the shitter, has he? That has got to be the biggest bed chair I've ever seen. For one person. Here's my swim for the week. I'm on Fox Lakes. Let me take you in, show you my house. They've just done a new swim here. This is swim 18. And they've just dug it all out, made it all nice and flat. Nice comfortable fishing. And the fish are showing like crazy, but I'm not getting anything. Bite time is about now, so fingers crossed we might get another. It's been quite cold at night actually. We're this second week of April. We came this time last year and all the trees were much greener, and we had it was quite high temperatures actually. So I'd say this time it's probably a month behind from where it was last year, and hence why the fishing's been a bit slower. Steve Shaw, who's fishing 3 swims down, he had about 20 fish by this time, but he's only had 1 this year. And Wooly has had 1 opposite me, and nobody else has caught. 13 of us on here. So the weather is so crucial sometimes. Although it's been warm, it was warm yesterday, it looks like it's going to be a warm one today, and it's forecast for being even hotter tomorrow. I think it's going to be 24 degrees tomorrow, so it might just bring them on a little bit more, because they're not really feeding that heavily. Saw some big fish in the upper layers yesterday. There's a tree to my left which I climbed, and I can get about 30 foot above the water, and there were some huge fish just milling around under the surface. Tried fishing for them, but they weren't up for it. But I'll give it another go today. Come on. Oh, there was a fish over there. Not far from my left-hand rod. Something. Oh, there's another one. Something has got to happen. They're just so active. This swim actually is in the northeast corner of the lake, so if anyone comes to Fox, swim 18, it has the southwesterlies coming here, and the fish always seem to visit this corner, regardless of what the weather's doing. I had a good result from here last year, so it's always worth a bet, this swim. Right, so
You want it landing at 3, do you?
say again.
Video. Beautiful.
Yeah, just run it down.
£45.14. Abbey Lakes. Sunday morning. Steve
First
Adcock.
fish and many,
Hey.
hopefully. Right, it's getting back in. Looks like it's ready to go.
Yeah. Beautiful fish. There he goes. What a lump. Beautiful, well done, mate.
Not just the fish that like me bait. Great tits do too. Cheeky gits. Right, it's Abbey Lakes 2015, my second fish of the trip. 31 pounds on the nose. Very pleased with this one. It's Monday morning, got the rest of the week to go. Happy days. Right, I thought I'd just quickly run you through the rigs I've been using this week at Abbey. I used them here last year, this time last year. I've used them on Heron just across the way, and they're a typical big fish rig. Nothing new or revolutionary. They work everywhere I take them, and everyone will know it as the stiff hinge rig. But I use 3 different boom sections. So this one is a supple or semi-stiff braided section, 9 inches. There's quite a bit of weed out there, so with this, when the bait comes down, obviously this supple element will allow it to sit over the weed. It should be presented regardless of what it lands on. Quite a big hook. I'm using 2 different sizes, a size 2 and a size 4, just to see if it makes a difference in my catch rates. And components, I generally use ESP stiff rigger hooks, ESP bristle filament, and all other components are generally Fox. Not that it makes a difference, but they just happen to be my preference. My ever faithful homemade pop-ups, take them everywhere, brought loads with me. The little bait screws just enables me to swap them over really quickly. So that's one of them. The other one is with a stiff boom section. So with this, all of the rigs are used with a piece of foam nugget. So when you cast it out, the foam will hold it up, and when the foam dissolves, obviously it will melt. With a boom section, that will push it away from the lead, so it should sit straight. But with this, it doesn't present itself that well over weed, obviously because it's quite stiff, it can sit up. So I've got a weight in the middle to help with that. And also, once I'd found the spots with my bait boat, because it's got an echo sounder on it so I can see the drop-offs and the depth I'm fishing in, I then use my marker float around the bait boat to find out exactly what I'm fishing over, how weedy it is, whether it's firm or clear. And I do have a couple of clear spots, and I'm fishing this on those clear spots just to help with pushing the bait away from the lead to help speed of hooking the fish, so it hasn't got to straighten the hook link out. And the other one I'm using is another braided boom section. This one is just braid, it's not coated at all. Very soft, and generally this is fished over one of the weedier areas in the swim, and then once it settles, once the foam nugget is settled, it would generally sit down like that, so it won't sit away from the lead. So now no matter how far into the weed the lead goes, this should always come down and sit on top of it. And so far I've had a fish on each rod, ironically, so they're all working. And I can recommend any of these if you come to the water. Even in the UK I use versions of a stiff hinge type arrangement, but over here, because these fish are so big, there's lots of 50-pounders in here, this seems to be the most effective rig. And I know a lot of people use them, but they do carry on catching. You need a big hook, sharp hook, and when they come in, these will do the business. So just thought I'd show you those because they work in a treat.